Arteta's title charge positivity and obviously the dream of winning the trophy for Arsenal is still alive, and very many other pundits have gone ahead and reacted to how Arsenal's gone ahead to collect a point away at Liverpool and how much it's so much pivotal in their title charge of 2022-2023. Welcome to this channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? This is Rokani David, and we're here to discuss about the Arsenal title charge positivity. I know there is a percentage of Arsenal fans who really believe that they bottled it at Anfield. And guys, those that think like that, I pity you a lot, because you've not been following up how Anfield has always been a hostile atmosphere for any team to go in there and really thrive. United was beaten 7-0. Can you imagine? 7-0. And as I told you, that even Manchester United had chances to put that game to 2-0 or 3-0 at the beginning of the halftime, but for them, they never did it, you know. But Arsenal did it. That's why I told you that if Arsenal scores, then Liverpool will find it hard to win this game of football. And my prediction was a draw and an Arsenal win, and I had called in for a 3-2 win over Arsenal. And I believe at all Martinelli just goes ahead and just went ahead and put the right weight onto that pass around the 93rd minute to find Bukayo Saka, it would have ended 3-2 in favor of Arsenal. So very many people have gone ahead and really spoken out about what the beautiful game of football was yesterday, and there's so much in relation to the trophy. And you know, we are left with 8 games. That is Arsenal. They've gone ahead to play 30 games, and they're left with 8 games to go. In those games, they're having Newcastle, Chelsea, Man City, and so on and so forth. That's Gary Neville's gone ahead to name those games very, very well. Let's first start off with the Arsenal legend known as Ian Wright and what he had to say about that result today. He said, "I'm delighted with that result. A lot of teams go to Anfield and struggle. We should be happy with that point. We've got to take that and be pretty happy. I love Aaron Ramsdale. If Arsenal win the league, it's because of these saves. We could easily have lost this Liverpool versus Arsenal game with those chances in the second half. If you are going to win trophies, you need a top goalkeeper, and he's a top goalkeeper. He saved us today. He absolutely saved us." But for Aaron Ramsdale, even the blind could see it, that he was everything, and that's why I came in through and we named him as my man of the match of that fixture, and I gave him an 8.5 out of 10. Now, the huge statement is, "I'm delighted with that result. A lot of teams go to Anfield and struggle. We should be happy with that point. We've got to take that and be pretty happy." That's it. Now, when you look at everyone who is really underestimating the point that Arsenal got at Anfield, he is just naive of what he's talking about. You know, if you're missing William Saliba, you know, in your central defense, and you're having Rob Holding, and you get a draw, you know, at Anfield, you should even find the most tickling part of your body and tickle it a little bit. Do you know why? That goal of Firmino would have been a winning goal for Liverpool if at all Mohamed Salah had turned that penalty into, or had made that penalty count. That's it. Secondly, Konate, that save that Ramsdale makes. Ramsdale denied Mohamed Salah like thrice, you know, Darwin Núñez once, and Konate once. They are clear-cut chances that even Arsenal never got. You get? So, it shows you that every Arsenal fan should appreciate that 1 point, because Arsenal now just needs to go out at Etihad and play for a draw. I believe if Arsenal go at Etihad and play for a draw, they'll find themselves in a position of really doing the needful. And I'll tell you this, Etihad is not as hostile as Anfield, you know. It's not as hostile as Anfield, and I believe Mikel Arteta can really take a game at Etihad and win that game. That's it. If Arsenal goes to nil, two goals up ahead of City, I believe Arsenal gets a third one, because City's defense is vulnerable. But when you look at how the wing backs of Liverpool acted on the day, I don't see any fullback of Man City that can come in and really help Man City do the needful as Trent did and Robertson. No way. There is no way they're going to go ahead and really do that. So, Arsenal has a lot of positives. And secondly, we need to know what is at stake. You are talking of Arsenal having bottled it up after getting 1 point. Do you know what it means that all Arsenal would have lost? That means City, if they win their game they have in hand, they would have been 2 points behind Arsenal. If they beat Arsenal at Etihad, that means Arsenal is going to be level with that means Man City is going to be 1 point ahead of Arsenal. That is how the permutations show. So this time around, even if Arsenal loses at Etihad, they'll be 3 points. Sorry, they would have tied on the same level of points. You know that? So don't underestimate the power of that point. That point was really huge, and you guys need to go ahead and really praise the team of Arsenal for having gotten that very good point, because a team I support, Manchester United, went there and lost. Man City even lost by 1-0 at Anfield. Now, Gary Neville had the following to say about that. He said, Mikel Arteta will be proud of his players tonight. I would be proud of them, but he will also know they've got a hell of a period coming up. They go to City, Newcastle, West Ham. They are all difficult games. City have got some difficult ones too, and there will be a lot of more moments where Arsenal feel like the whole world is watching them. The whole football world was watching them on Sunday, and they were not disappointed. They made a few mistakes, but all in all, Arsenal fans should be pretty happy and proud with that. This is not a time to lose doubt. You can lose or draw here in any season. There is a terror of a game to have. This is a terror of a game to have in a little run, in a title run in. So, even Gary Neville is telling the Arsenal fans that please, Arsenal fans, you should be pretty happy and proud with what happened at Anfield yesterday. And that's why I'm coming out and letting you know that these people that are really talking about this, they've gone ahead to play games at Anfield. Remember, the best ever Premier League side for very many seasons at Manchester United is what Gary Neville played with at Anfield. He knows what it transpires there. When a player tells you that, when an ex-player who went there and played tells you that you should be proud of the result you've gotten, then you should be happy, because he knows what it means to be playing at Anfield. You know? Even when the players of Liverpool way back were not of good quality, they always made it hard for Arsenal, for Chelsea, for Manchester United. You understand? So, if you're an Arsenal fan outside there, I would love you to be so much positive about the result that you've gotten from Anfield, because it's really scaring for Man City, because Man City fans thought that maybe Arsenal were going to crumble, all implode at at Anfield, but they collected that 1 point. As Ian Wright said, that if at all Arsenal go ahead to really win this trophy, there will be 2 moments to be remembered. One, that of Reece Nelson versus Bournemouth, and Ramsdale versus Liverpool, 2-2. Then, the point they got away at Anfield, that will be something important. So, it comes to a level that we need to know what layers are laid at Anfield and how hard that stadium is hard to go on and really get a win. You know, only one team has gone at Anfield and got a win this season. That was Leeds. You know, Crystal Palace drew there, but most of the teams have gone ahead to be beaten by Liverpool. It shows you how much that is a fortress, you know. And Mikel Arteta hinted about it, or hinted on it during the pre-match press conference, that as Emirates is a fortress, even Anfield is a fortress. So going there with a team that really lost 4-0 last season and collecting 1 point, with Liverpool scoring 2 goals, are fast ahead of Liverpool, that's a huge positivity, and it shows you how much Arsenal have progressed from that side that couldn't compete with the big boys, and they're here competing with the big boys, and all those are trophy winning signals that Arsenal are sending to Man City. Neville had the following to say again, that this game was absolutely wonderful and we've got 6 more weeks left. of this title race. I have thought all the way through that Man City would just edge it. I haven't changed my opinion after today or even altered it slightly, because I still think there will be points dropped from each side, but I think Arsenal will drop more points. To me, I believe he has the right to say that, but Arsenal will drop points and Man City will drop points. One thing that is going to be so much a factor into this season is whether Man City keeps themselves in the Champions League or not. If Man City find themselves out of the Champions League by next week because they are playing Bayern Munich tomorrow, then it will really cause a lot of pressure onto Arsenal, because Man City with its entire squad will be playing one game every week. They'll be like Arsenal. You understand? So it depends when is City going to lose these points. Is City going to lose these points when they are still having games of Bayern Munich, or City will drop its points after being knocked out of the Champions League? That's it. But if City stays in the Champions League, they find it hard, because they'll be playing the semi-finals and having to play over the weekend. That is really so much calling for the players of City, and I think pressure will be amounting on those players game in, game out, because I don't see Arsenal losing more 3 points. That's it. To me, out of the 10 finals that Arsenal had or have, they've gone ahead to really win one, right? And they've drawn one. And if at all you get a draw away at Anfield, you have no reason to mourn. But I know Gary Neville has to keep his stand, because he knows that this title has to go on the wire. But if a match is going on the wire, Arsenal players know what to do. And I think Jesus, Zinchenko, and Jorginho are really going to really let them know what they should be doing in there for you. Then Jamie Carragher, the ex-player of Liverpool, said, "We always say things at different times, and you are proven wrong, whether it's about managers, players, certain teams. I don't think I've ever been wrong, or certainly this season proven wrong, by Aaron Ramsdale. I watched him at times with different teams where he goes down and you see lots of goals go in. You are thinking, can the goalkeeper do better there? And then when Arsenal buy him, I was scratching my head. I will be honest to you, I could not believe it when they bought him," meaning that he has gone ahead to be proven wrong by a player called Aaron Ramsdale. To me, Aaron Ramsdale proved to me that he's one of those goalkeepers that Arteta had to go in for in his first spell. That is last season. He really had a very wonderful season. You know, he was momentous for the Arsenal side. He kept clean sheets, and this time around he's at 12 clean sheets, meaning that he's in that battle of the title, of the Golden Glove of the season, alongside Nick Pope and David De Gea. Nick Pope and David De Gea having 13 clean sheets. Then Aaron Ramsdale is having 12, meaning that he's doing a very wonderful job at the club of Arsenal. But this is not the first time he's really eating his words also. He also came in through and really criticized or slated Lisandro Martinez, that is short, he can't play in the Premier League. You know, after that game of Brentford, it was really terrifying. And guess what? It was bizarre that everyone looked like was painting something bad on Lisandro Martinez because of his height. But later, he came out and admitted on 5 Live of Rio Fernand's YouTube channel that it's all what we have, and obviously they are doing a very wonderful job. So guys, thank you for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Arsenal's title charge positivity into the comment section below, as the likes of Gary Neville and Ian Wright are really telling Arsenal fans you should be positive about the draw you got at Liverpool, because you would have even lost on the day, and that point is going to be so much important for Arsenal this season. They just have to continue winning, because if Arsenal win their game against West Ham and Southampton, they'll be 9 points ahead of City, meaning that City will be having 2 games in hand, and I think they are going to be played very soon. So guys, Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Your reactions onto this are highly welcome. I know very many people are really having divided opinions over the Arsenal result from Anfield, but it's high time you shared with me what your thoughts are. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem. Me out for now, my mates.